record this training. And okay, we're recording. And so just to back up for the recording purposes, the employee list that you sent us have been loaded in the system, and you can find them under CRM, manage contacts. Okay. And then we have a contact type of, and we may need to clean up these contact types, but employee, and there's those employees that you sent,
Oh, that's
149.
lovely.
Now, I know this is going to be important very soon, but we're going to have to work on your data and consolidate some of these contact types, and also have a program to merge contacts and accounts. Um,
Oh, okay.
yeah, because we've got duplicates in there, right? And you can see, for instance, you're in there twice. Um, but we have a utility where we um, merge leads and identify duplicates for leads, and that's for our residential product. We're going to go ahead and extrapolate that out so that you can have the same for your contacts. Um, and it's a pretty neat little utility where it finds the duplicates based on exact name search or email address, which is unique, and then allows you to pick which email do I want to keep and which one do I want to throw away, or do I want to just merge them together. We have a utility for that. I just wanted to make sure you were aware of it.
Okay.
And we're going to have to um, implement that pretty quick because I've seen so many duplicates in here.
It looks like everybody.
Yeah, it's almost like everybody is duplicated. That doesn't worry me because we've already kind of built this thing, and it's something we'll, um, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, let me bump that up on the list too.
Hey, Dave, I got a question.
Yep.
Uh, when we pull a contact type out, would we then go to tags to departmentalize them so that if she wanted to isolate that employee to specifically where they worked or what they were doing, is that a way of using tags, or do we layer tags? Can an employee have multiple tags?
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
So all
Yeah.
those, right?
Yeah. The employee, the contact type is a broad category for a contact. Like, let's take Paul here. He's an employee of American Asphalt, or maybe a subcontractor, or a contractor working for American Asphalt. But that is a general category. But the tags can be layered below that to have an unlimited number of categories or identifiers for Paul.
Oh, so it's not multiple tags; it's multiple things in the tag.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah. So I can say, and I'll delete these, but I'll say maybe he's in the accounting department, and then maybe you want to identify all your W-2 employees. I don't know, I'm making this up, but you can have
Right.
multiple tags in there and then remove them.
okay.
Yeah,
That's what we were wondering how that works. So it actually can really dig deep and single out specifically. That's what we were looking for. Okay.
yeah. Okay, well, good. I appreciate that feedback. And the tagging system is pretty straightforward, and we want to make sure
Mhm.
it's straightforward.
I'm
But
happy with it.
okay,
I
good.
was in there looking around, and I'm really happy with it.
Okay, good. Then we'll stop there. But we do need to add the ability, just like Joe mentioned, and this is not new, but the drop down, and the drop down is going to pull in the tags for
Mhm.
all the tags that you have, so that you have a kind of a universal list of tags that you
Right. Okay.
yeah. Okay. So
That's good. That sounds
that's going to
good.
be fun to implement, by the way. I think that's going to be pretty cool. But oh, I like cool things. If we like to do cool and useful things, so we get excited about it. So
I'm happy.
it's not a problem.
I get excited too. I'm very excited
I know,
about
and
this.
isn't this fun?
Yeah.
Okay.
Trying to contain myself.
Okay. And I do appreciate that enthusiasm.
Mhm.
We do appreciate that very much. Okay. So the data conversion. This is there's two parts to this. Okay. So you have all these customers that are in Spectrum, and you're adding customers maybe on a daily basis to Spectrum, but yet those customers are not in Top Builder yet.
Okay.
Because we didn't start from Top Builder and, create a job for them and then push them into Spectrum. We have them in Spectrum and not in Top Builder. So what we're going to do is we're going to run the data utility, the data conversion utility, on a daily basis to pull in any new customers that you have in Spectrum so that they appear in your Top Builder account. And that includes...
Okay.
Yeah, go ahead.
I have to interrupt for a minute. I'm
Sure.
sorry.
No.
So what happens in our world is Spectrum is our billing system. It does not, the customer does not get to Spectrum until we seal the deal and sign the proposal.
Right.
Okay, and when it then becomes a signed job, it goes to Spectrum. What we use for new leads and prospective customers is B2W, our bid to win estimating software.
Oh, yeah.
So on a daily basis, the girls are entering in, prospective customers and the new leads that we got in through the bid to win software. So I don't. Joe's stuck on emergency call again. We're having a problem at our Burlington plant with software. So I don't know if you and him discussed that already, pulling stuff from bid to win.
You know what, Marianne? You have brought up a very good point. And it slipped past me, and I apologize for that. It usually doesn't happen.
So is that something that can happen?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. Hold on. Just bear with me 1 second.
Okay.
Because we did that. Let me just.
You know what? You were able to do it because in
Yes.
our data, if you look in Top Builder, we can see all the leads that went out on a particular customer. So I know it's in there. I just want to make sure that I'm going to put you back on speaker, Joe's son. Hold on. I just want to make sure that in the future, that daily import of data is from bid to win as well.
Yeah, and you know what? I need to think about this, but you're exactly right. If they, and we already did this one time, I know, but I need to go back and revisit that.
Okay.
Because you're right, they start in bid to win before they ever get into Spectrum. So why?
Okay.
I mean, Spectrum may not have customers that are actively in the sales cycle right now.
In a lot of cases, those perspectives don't live in Spectrum until they turn into something.
That's right. Okay, so you're right. Now I may have a couple questions about that when we dig into that, but what we have done, and this is for other Dexter Chaney customers as well, is they've got some prospects. They use Excel for bidding, so they don't have a bid to win, but they have prospects in Spectrum, and so we're going to be running that interface or that data conversion every night to pull in new Spectrum customers. And just to kind of elaborate on this a little bit more, some of our customers, and this may be the same for you, and I'd kind of like to know that if this is the case, but a lot of times they have old customers that they've had for years. And they may just call the company and say, look, I have a problem, come fix it. And then they put them in Spectrum, and then they create an invoice, and a job or a work order gets created, but yet they never go through a bid to win process. It's not that kind of a situation. It's just, come fix this. How much is it going to cost? Okay, let's go, kind of thing. And so we have to pull in some of those new customers out of Spectrum on a regular basis so that in the future, and they want to do, when they want to do emailing, or if they want to work on an opportunity for that client, they have them in Top Builder. Does that make sense?
Keep in mind that we sell material to customers that don't live in bid to win also.
Yeah,
So
okay, very
there has
good.
to be a convergence of customers
Yep.
from both, whether they're prospective or actual customers. So absolutely. And again, remember the key to tie them together is the customer code, which is usually a 6-digit or 7-digit format of some kind, a 7 placeholder format.
Yes. Yes.
And I think you've seen that live in our system.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and so we actually try to make that work between Bid to Win and Spectrum. We try to give them the same customer code.
Right here. So we have a Spectrum customer code, and it matches up to Bid to Win as well.
Right.
Yep.
Okay, and you may have one that lives in Spectrum that doesn't live in Bid to Win, and you may have one in Bid to Win that doesn't live in Spectrum. So it's absolutely a convergence of both of them.
Yep.
Because if we have a new material customer, and a lot of times they're added on the fly at the plant, keep in mind we're a walk-in business also. And if somebody comes in and says they want to buy asphalt, we're most certainly going to sell it to them, and we've never given them any kind of quote or anything like that.
I totally
So once
get
that
it.
customer's in,
Yep.
it'd be nice to see that appear in Top Builder the next day after our overnight update.
Yeah. So what I need to do, or what we need to do, is this number 7 here that I have highlighted. We need to extrapolate this out into both Spectrum and Bid to Win, because the intention here, and I'm disappointed in myself that I didn't think about this, but I'm glad you brought it up. We're going to be adding this interface to what runs nightly, in addition to where it pulls in the job history and the financial history, so that every night you get a Bid to Win customers that don't exist in Top Builder, and also Spectrum customers that don't exist in Top Builder. And then you're building up your database in Top Builder every night, and then that'll run before the financial and the job history interface runs, so everything gets pulled in. And we also have the Bid to Win interface that runs too. So, am I making sense?
No, absolutely.
Okay, good.
And it's all driven by that customer code or job ID.
That's right.
Bid ID.
That's right. That's the only thing we have to identify them between the systems. We don't have. I mean, we have a generic ID, but that's not what we use for Bid to Win and for Spectrum.
Right.
We have these IDs.
And just be aware of the fact that Bid to Win generates its specific estimate number. Okay, for everything, it generates a new one every time we open a new estimate. And then on the Spectrum side, when it's converted to a job, it gets a unique job number. So there's actually 2 identifiers. A unique identifier in Bid to Win. Okay, it's a +1 on every new one. And then in Spectrum, it's, I don't want to say arbitrary, but we assign the number in Spectrum.
Right. No, I know. Yes, I'm aware of that. And you know what? I appreciate you bringing it up, though. The interface won't even send the job and the customer over to Spectrum unless you've put your Spectrum ID in there. So if I look at I know you have a New Jersey, probably a lot of these, but
Jersey construction, no new. Take the new out.
Is that one of your biggest ones?
They have a lot of data.
Yeah, and they're duplicated, so we never know which one has the information in it.
Well, we've got to get that merge utility going. But I mean, I can see the financial history. We don't have job history, but look at the bid history.
I don't believe we've ever worked for them, just so you know that. They've worked for us. We've never worked for them.
Oh, gotcha. I gotcha. Okay, so here's all that bid history, and this is the bid number that you talked about, that Bid to Win generates, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the IDs that go over to Spectrum and Bid to Win as well. Okay. Wow. This is good stuff. And by the way, we did develop, just a side note, we have started, and this was a while ago, a dialogue with the bid. They don't like to call it Bid to Win anymore. They call it B2W software. They scold me.
Yep.
You know, you got to remember how hard I tried to get them to talk to you before. So I'm really glad that's in place, because I think if they're working with you,
Mm-hmm.
you're so fluid that it'll really make a difference. Just like Spectrum, was showing you the inner workings of their software. If you can get bid to win to do that, I tried so hard. I went to their user conference and tried to sell you guys to them, and it didn't work.
I appreciate that, Joe, and I got a little history on that. I think they had some what what I did? I went to their website and I filled out a contact us form, and I said, we've been trying to work with you guys forever. We have common customers. Why don't you call us back? And somebody called me back right away. I think his name is Rich. And he said, well, look, we had some people in place that are no longer here, and blah blah blah. And then he called me back, and now we're talking and working together. So hopefully we'll get some traction with that. Sometimes it's pretty hard to get people to care, but
you know what the amazing thing is? I don't know if I told you this, but they are actually a Salesforce customer.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it. But they're also frustrated with Salesforce too. So
everybody is.
I know.
So here's an opening for you. Let's get a good solid connection with them and see if we can make it happen.
Well, we are working with them, and the guy that I've been working with, I'm pretty sure his name is Rich, has been fabulous. So
good.
Yeah, he's good,
guy.
and I appreciate you helping us there. Well, and keep that name handy, because isn't there user conference in March?
Yeah, I'm actually going to it.
Okay, maybe I'll go.
Vegas.
Oh, that changes everything.
It's right before the ConExpo.
Okay, well that's interesting, because I am going. I think we will be in the booth with Dexter Chaney at Connex. Which is wonderful. So okay, let's try to move on. But this is all really good stuff. Okay, so I jumped down to number 7. This interface had to be changed a little bit, and we need to test it and roll it out here pretty soon. I think over the weekend, if not early next week, we've got to get it done. But we talked about creating the jobs that are in Spectrum and the customers that are in Spectrum that are not in Top Builder. We need to pull into Top Builder. We're going to create an opportunity or a lead for that job, set the status to completed, and then apply, Marianne, your follow-up plan. Okay. Right. And I'm going to talk to you about the follow-up. Why isn't the follow-up plans in here? I'm going to show you the follow-up plans that I set up for you in a second. So,
Dave, I got a question for you. Everything we talk about is a follow-up plan when a job gets completed, stuff like that. If a job opens in Spectrum, would it be possible? I don't know how this works, but when a job becomes active in Spectrum and first opens up, would it be possible to have would that still be considered a follow-up plan, so that Marianne knows who a new job opened with, and we can send them a thank you note, or a box of cookies or whatever to thank them for trying us or using us, or signing a contract with us?
Yes. Yes. The follow-up plans that we have in the system they can be generic without attached to any status, but then we can also attach them to a status. So
as soon as a job opens and becomes active,
yeah,
Marianne can be alerted to something like that, and then if she wants to do something about it, she can do something with it.
That's correct. And what I would do is, in that case, I'm going to look at your statuses.
There's only 3 in Spectrum: active, inactive, and complete.
Yeah, but what I would do is I would tie that to job awarded status, and then.
Oh, okay, that's exactly what it is. Yes.
Yeah, I would tie. Let me edit this. Let me edit this real quick. I like to have this description in here so this.
I got you.
This happens, and you don't have. You can tell me not to do this, but. Updated from Spectrum. Man, my hands are killing me. Okay, and and so let me just be thorough here. Um, the Yes, so if there's a job in Spectrum and we don't have it in Top Builder and it's active, we can update Top Builder with those jobs too.
And that could start a process if we
Yes,
decide that we want to create a
yeah,
process.
just like we're doing with the completed jobs.
Okay. So a follow-up plan doesn't necessarily mean a job is over. It's any status. We decide what we
Yeah,
want to be alerted of, and that's what creates the plan.
yeah, yeah. Yes, and it's workflow that it's not limited to anything really. You can just
Okay.
add a follow-up plan at any time you want. And let's just say it's an old customer that's been in there for a while. You can just say, I need a plan to try to
That's my fear now.
nurture them so that I can get more opportunities from them. Or, you just making things up here. It could be just like, this is a, what do we call it in the, um, kind of like, what do you call it? KIT, keeping in touch plan. It's just generic. I'm thinking of some of our other customers. They call it a KIT, keep in touch plan, and they just apply it to the customers that they haven't had an opportunity for in 12 months. And but anyways, going back to your question, Joe, yes, we can pull those in based on active status. Active status in Spectrum means the job is awarded in Top Builder,
Okay.
and we tie it to that. Yeah. Okay. So we talked about that. We talked about this. This is going to change a little bit because we want to pull in customers that are in bid to win. Joe, I think you stepped out briefly for this, but customers in bid to win and customers in Spectrum.
Yep.
And then, okay, so let me talk about the follow-up plan. So Marianne, I took your email and I went into Top Builder and I created a follow-up plan. I went ahead and deleted the sample plan that was in there because we have real plans, and I just want to get rid of the sample plan so it doesn't clutter things up. But what I did is I created a plan based on the job complete status, and I added 3 tasks, and this was directly from your email. So as soon as the job is complete, immediately, you're going to send them this email thanking them for the opportunity and a link to a survey.
Right.
Okay, and I'll show you that just real briefly. If I click on that link, I can go see how I set up the email, and we'll do training on setting up emails later, but I just want to show you what we've done so far. I just put in I made this up so we can go back and edit this. But now on step number 4, I attached it to this step in the follow-up plan. And then we have done some branding for you. And this is what it looks like. And I have to give Don Lott on the phone a lot of credit for this because he did this branding and I think it looks fabulous. But
this is part of my survey. Well, I like that a lot.
well, we can change it. This is the first time maybe you've seen it, but we took the information from those brochures and newsletters and things that you sent us, and Don did a great job. But by the way, Don is a graphic artist, so we have the fortunate opportunity to have him with us. But
That helps.
yeah, it does. But this is the content of the email that I just dropped in there. Okay, and then when you preview it, it's just some text. When you preview it, this is what it looks like. And this will go out automatically when the job is completed. Now, we probably need to change this and possibly add a link to the survey or whatever, but this is what we've got.
Okay.
Okay.
That looks good. I like it.
So we did that. Now, back to the follow-up plans. The second thing that happens, and you put 30 days, or 2 days in here. Okay, 2 days is fine. you're going to send them a thank you note. Okay, now you put,
My handwritten note.
yeah. And I did something interesting. I wanted to do this, whether it's useful in this situation or not. I wanted to do this because I wanted to demonstrate to you the content center that we have. And so if I click on this link, I can see an example of what that handwritten letter would look like.
So I would scan it in and attach it somehow?
You could attach it, or you could just type it in or cut and paste. And let me show you this. So we have this thing called a content center. And the content center is there for you to put any information that you want to share or use or have an example. It may be an example email. It may be an example thank you letter. It may be a checklist of items that you want to go through when a job is just starting or just completed, or anything that you want as a reference, essentially, you can put in the content center, and then we can assign like your divisions or territories to the content center, you know, your products, your repaving, or your, you call it solutions division. Is that what it is? Solution?
Yeah.
You know, you could say, well, for the solutions division, when you're needing information to bid a job, here's the things that you ask for. I don't know, but the content center is there to help you store information, including graphics, including, you know, this example thank you letter. And it could even be a phone script, you know, because I don't know, you know, you may have somebody that works in the office that you may just delegate these handwritten thank you letters to. A lot of our customers do that. They just say, okay, you know, Betty, or Hal, you know, whoever's working at the front desk, you're going to be in charge of sending these thank you letters while you're not answering the phone or greeting people or whatever you're doing, you know. And here's what you want. Here's what we want you to say, and then sign it. And so you could go into the content center and enter this information. You could say this only applies to, you know, this is Mary Ann's, or you could select a division. You can even tag these things. And
can you upload it from a file in our system? If she hand wrote the letter and scanned it in,
yes, yes,
upload it.
Yes.
It in there.
Yeah, and so I have to add the different types for you, but you can actually upload Word documents, PDFs. You can even upload an Excel spreadsheet in here and have it as a reference. So the answer is yes. We're very proud of this. The content center is growing and changing every day, but it's pretty neat. So what I wanted to do real quick is just kind of throw that concept out that we have this content center, and when you create a task for your follow-up plans, you can associate a content item to it. Mm-hmm. Okay, so again, like Joe said, it could be a scanned image, it could be a PDF, it could be a Word document, it could be Excel, but you may have a task that says, here's a checklist of items when you call somebody, when you follow up on a job, when whatever. I'm just introducing the topic, and you can use your creativity to maybe think about how else you might want to use it, but this is what we did. Now, Mary Ann, you said that whenever a job is completed in your email, that you want to go after the solutions or the follow-up work in 2 years after the job is done. Right?
Yeah, there's two sides to this. One is 2-year mailers. So after Solutions does a seal coat and line striping job, I need to do a 2-year mailer. So that's the first part.
Okay. Okay.
So that was here. I see 1.8 years here.
And what is the mailer versus calling them and trying to get the maintenance work? I'm sorry, I don't know the difference.
I would do a mailer, a 2-year mailer. That's what it is.
Oh, that's what this step is right here?
Yeah.
Okay. So let me edit that.
Letter that I send out. It's actually a letter that's sent out with information to the customer.
So you don't call them?
No, I send a letter and then the sales team's supposed to follow up.
Okay. So here's, yeah, all right. So what I would do, and then here's what I would do. Follow up on 2-year mailer. And is that a particular person, or is that,
No, it's general. I've been doing a lot of follow-up phone calls myself because the estimators are busy.
okay. So what is, I forget, okay, I did, I think what I did is had 365 times 2 minus 60 days, 670 days. I mean, we could do this right at 2 years, but my feeling is if you wait right up into 2 years, you may have missed the opportunity. You tell me. I don't.
Yeah, it needs to be a couple months before we hit 2 years.
Okay, so that's.
So you're fine. You're
Yeah.
fine with that.
So that's why I put 670 days in there, because that's 60 days or 2 months prior to that 2-year anniversary, right?
That's good. Yeah, that works for me.
Okay. Well, you saw how I did that, and you can easily go in and modify it if you want to. But that's what we do. Now that mailer, you actually drop that in the mail, or do you email that?
I drop that in the mail.
Okay. All right. So I'll change. I'm going to change this to a letter. Not that it really matters for the task, but you want reports to show activity, maybe. Okay. So we have that. Basically a year and 10 months after the job is completed, you're going to get a trigger to say it's time to go get that maintenance work or the solution.
What's the column after that, Dave? The reminder. What's the difference between due date and reminder?
Well, due date is when you're actually supposed to have it completed, and the reminder is set there to send you an email, a text message, or put something on that calendar to remind you prior to when it needs to be done. You know, it's an interesting kind of situation. I mean, with something that's, if you have a meeting or something that is very time sensitive, a reminder is valuable. But if you have something you have to complete in 2 years, you're going to get a reminder in 30 minutes, and then you're going to get another alert when it's not done to say it's not done. So there's really no point.
Okay.
But if you have to make a phone call at 10 o'clock in the morning, you might want a reminder 15 minutes before that so you can make sure you're at your desk. Or
I understand the function.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to ramble on, but I tried to get.
No, it's okay.
All right. So we have those. We set up those follow-up plans, Marianne, based on the email that you sent me, and we just modified it. But I wanted to show you the branding that Dawn had done real quick. So we have multiple email templates that we build for you that are branded. We have a newsletter one, and this has our article in it, but it looks very similar to what you just saw.
Right.
And you know, we write the topics on this, and I don't know if they're valuable topics for you or not. But that's how the newsletter works. Now, in email marketing, obviously, you know, these are emails similar to what you used in Constant Contact, and you can go in here and just add the text for an email. This is an example, and let me just type some text in here. This is the subject of the email, and then when you go preview this, you'll see it drops it into this template for you.
Oh, I like that.
And you see how we put your font color and everything in there. And then we have, if you go to step 2 here, we have multiple layouts. This one is a little bit more promotional. It has all the stuff here with the pictures and everything, and there's links to your website and all. We have, and you can just experiment with the templates, but then we have kind of a simpler one where you may want to send a maybe a less formal looking email with your logo on the top here.
Where did your Marianne come from?
Well, I'm logged in as Marianne, and what we do for this, we call it the, let me just go back to here, the letter format. You can see where it says Dear First Name right here. We address it to their first name, and so it'll plug the person's first name into the email automatically. We can change the template if you don't want that. I mean, what you could do, let me just show you this real quickly. We could remove it, and we could say, and I have a list of these tags, but Dear First Name, you know, what's up? And then if I preview this, you'll see it plugged the first name in right here. So,
Okay.
yeah, we have a list of all these tags, and we're going to change the name of it because we don't want to confuse the tags that we have for emails with real tags. So we may call them merge fields, but we have a list of all of them. And this list has actually gotten a lot bigger, so we're going to make this a little cleaner. But here's a list of the tags that you can use right here.
Oh, you have that built right in?
Oh yeah. So if you put, let me just put, yeah. So if you put, you know, the current month or whatever, you have that, and you could say, let's.
That's printable.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. So I could print this right now, but
It was an email tag.
oh shoot, I closed
Can you
out.
tell me where that went? Where
Sure, hold on, I just closed everything out.
Okay.
I hate when that happens. Okay, so Marianne, I went to the help center
Help center.
and I just typed in tags.
Oh, it was right in the help center.
Yeah. Yeah.
But there's 2 different tags, email
Okay.
tags and
Yeah. And so we're going to rename this. I think we have. I struggle with this. It depends on what mood I'm in.
Oh, it's the fields.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
One's a tag field and the other's the email tags.
fields.
Email
Or
tags are ones that give you nomenclature to get the
to drop in like David or populate it, right?
from the database.
Okay.
I think we're going to call these merge fields or something different than that, because it's kind of,
Okay.
because this becomes, if you look at the you go back to email marketing here and you look at,
How about just simply email mail merge, email merge fields?
well, it's not yet. We may use similar to that, Joe, but the problem is we have a proposal builder that we're developing and other things, and we'll use those tags for the proposals as well, not just emails. But
Okay.
That's nice.
yeah. So that proposal builder is going to be really cool. You'll be able to, and this is another valuable use of the Content Center, you'll be able to upload a sample proposal and then a proposal letter. Like this is what we send as our proposal.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
Put these tags in them, and then when you're working one of your opportunities, you can call up this proposal letter and then add like, well, you can add other documents to it. Let's say references or, you know, here's the person that's going to be working on your job. Here's their resume or here's their profile. You can build this proposal and then email it out. It's going to be really, really cool. But
Nice.
let's just, another example of these tags is my name is boom. And then you can say, oh, it doesn't, well, this is not attached to a lead, so it doesn't know who owns the lead. But who's ever working on that lead will be plugged into here.
Okay.
Um,
That's nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. Okay, so we have the branding done for you, and I'm going to go ahead and select
Oh,
this.
very nice. Thank you, Don.
Yeah, Don is awesome. He comes up with good stuff.
There.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wake
I'm
up.
glad you like it.
Yeah, and again, these link to your website. Don't forget that, because um, when you go look at your email campaigns, you will know if they clicked on the links to go to your websites, and you'll be able to run reports on that and track it. And I know Constant Contact does that too, but you'll have it all here nicely in your CRM system, and it'll be all in
Oh, I
one
see
place.
that. Yeah. Does it have an opt out? Like if someone doesn't
Oh
want to be
yeah.
on my email list?
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
it
yeah.
does. Oh,
Yeah, yeah. We have to do that. That's a law. We have an opt
oh,
out.
it is.
Sorry.
I meant to say, I guess, unsubscribe for email.
Yes, we have that. We do. So we take care of all that for you. And if they not the good thing about having all this in your CRM system is if they opt out or if they unsubscribe, you also see that in the history when you're looking at your contacts and
Oh, that's nice to know. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it even tells you which email they opted out of, so you know.
So if I know, I'll know if I offended them.
Maybe don't send that email again. But you
Yeah.
know, I'll just stop there. I think you get it. But I wanted to show you something real quickly. We took those brochures you sent, and
Yes.
I sent you samples of that. But
I saw that.
I put we did our little Photoshop trick and put that together into an email that you can email your prospects with this brochure. And this is, I mean, it's a pretty long brochure, so you may not want to put all of that in an email. But then we added a link so that they can open up that brochure and download it if they want to.
Very nice.
Yeah. So you'll be able to track those links and everything, but you can see how, and by the way, if they just click on the image, that'll do the same. But yeah, I mean, this is really neat stuff. And
Like that.
we put that in an email campaign for you for two reasons. One, obviously it's a valuable piece of content that you want to email people, but we wanted to demonstrate our ability to do those things. And I mean, I think it's really cool. So you can go in here and now we put that in what we call a blank template. So it doesn't have any, you know, header or footer or noise around the outside of it. It's just a straight up brochure. And then from that brochure, you can say, well, look, I just want that to go to my employees. And that, you know, you have your newsletter for that too. But then you can just add them to your list. And now I have 148 of my employees on there. And why is it not 149? Because I had one. Did one of them opt out? Yes. Look at that.
Really?
Yeah. Go get them.
That's not sorry. Oh my God.
That's
And
Is he getting?
once the tags are developed, she'd be able to select that even further down with
yes. Yes. Yeah. So let's do that. Let's go to Tom, and I'll go back to Tom and I'll remove this, but let's put a tag in here for Tom. Let's say HR. Let's say he's in the HR department.
we have no
And
idea who that is,
Is he
by
an
the way.
employee?
well, he's in there. That's funny because he's in
Is he
there.
under employees?
Yeah.
He is.
That might be some guy that we don't know. They have a lot of people in and out.
Okay, but let's do the HR tag, and then
Okay. So
well-
you just hit enter when you're up there, or how does that work?
I'm sorry.
When you type in your keyword and you're doing you're trying to select specific tags, do you just put the name of the tag and hit enter, and it
Yep.
filters it out automatically?
That's what I did. So I just I cleared it, and now I just typed in HR and I hit enter. And you know what? We may, and I'm aware that we may need to break out the tag search separately, but right now it's here in the keywords. Okay.
Right.
So if I type in HR, I'm going to get a lot of things with Christopher ER or no, there's an H.
Oh, anything that has an HR in it. Okay.
So
Correct.
it's not looking specifically at the tags.
Right.
Okay.
But I show you the tags here, or we show you the tags here, so you can see that we have HR here. And then you can sort it if you want to.
What if you did that as
I get
tags?
it.
Is it case sensitive in the keyword?
It's not. It is not case sensitive.
Okay.
But again, look,
So it should have its own sort of-
Okay.
you saw how quickly we were able to implement tags, including searching keywords and stuff. So if we need to break out tags in the search separately, that's fine. Just let me know. And by the way, I want to show you this because you saw this on the video, I'm sure. But if I type in HR in the global search bar up in the upper right and I hit enter, same deal. I mean, we get everything, but this Zimmerman guy should be in here somewhere. That's kind of I mean, HR is a commonly used. I mean, I can see HR right here.
Right.
But I think you get the idea.
Yeah.
So let me go back to this guy.
That should be a separate field, separate filter field.
Let me go back to this guy, and I'm gonna go to employees real quick, and I'm gonna search in the keywords HR because that searches tags too. And here's Tom, and I'm gonna just you click on that X, and now the tag is gone.
Right. Okay, so I have another question about tags before we move on, if you don't mind.
Oh, sure.
Mailing labels, that's something that I need to do frequently.
Yeah.
I couldn't find somewhere to print the mailing labels using tags.
Oh.
Or setting up my fields.
Yeah.
I got very confused when I was in the mailing label section.
Okay. Well, the mailing labels needs to be enhanced to add the keyword for mailing labels.
Okay.
That's what you're telling me. I'm sorry I didn't think about that. Honestly, not very many of our customers use mailing labels, but we have it here. But it obviously we need to add tags to that, and that's fine. We'll do that.
Okay. And then when you look at the print preview here, it's actually showing the fields that were blank and not provided. Is there a way for me to manipulate the merge fields in labels, or is that preset?
Yeah, you're probably, if you're going to be using mailing labels extensively, you're probably going to have some changes for us. It is preset.
Okay.
It's not, like I said, it's not widely used by our customers, so we haven't spent a lot of time on it. But if you have a use for it and there's changes needed, just let me know, and we'll do that for you.
Yeah, because I use it because that's actually how I do my Christmas cards and our specific event invitations, things that are postcards.
I love it. I love that. That's cool.
So if you think about it, Dave, once the tag field becomes a database of sorts with a pull-down capability, and you create a filter that can be used to pull that,
yes,
it sort of all makes sense.
It does. It does.
Okay.
It makes perfect sense, and we're happy to do that for you.
Thanks.
So we'll add the tags to the mailing label search.
See the note.
I've got a whole list of things here, but they're not. I mean, these are not anything I'm worried about. We'll be able to do this. Well, the good news is you've got a lot of addresses in here. I know that a lot of them are probably duplicates, and we need a utility to clean all
Yeah,
that
they're
up.
probably duplicates because everyone had their own database that we brought in from Constant Contact.
Yeah,
So Dave has his from his Outlook. I'm sorry. So his Outlook database mirrors
No
Bid to Win,
No worries.
basically. It's okay. We'll figure it out.
No. You load trucks, you make mix.
Okay, so that was it on my tags. Thank you for that.
no problem. No problem.
So where were we? So where were we?
Well,
Right, that is-
we were showing you the examples of the email campaigns, and I showed you the brochure, but we also did the same for the newsletter.
Yeah, the newsletter, this is internal only.
Yes, I know. I know.
Okay.
But
And
all you worry about
is this something that I would upload to Top Builder as a PDF and then attach it? Is that how that works?
well, no, and maybe I may work with Dawn on this, but what we did is we took your PDF and we created a couple JPEG images from it. So if I go to step 3 here, I'm sorry, step 4,
Okay.
and this is where you enter the text, and I right mouse click on this, you can see that it's an image that we uploaded for you.
Oh,
Okay. And then there's actually 2 images because we took the first 2 pages and created an image for each one. Okay.
great.
And then we typed in this text. And then what we did when we type in this text here, you go to add link, and that adds a link behind this text.
Oh, okay.
And that goes to the PDF that we uploaded to our website. Now,
Oh,
yeah. So if you click on that link, or if you click on the newsletter itself, it'll open up the entire newsletter for you. And I know the newsletters. I know it's for internal only, and it's kind of print oriented, and maybe I can read this, and my eyes aren't the greatest in the world, but I think opening it in a PDF is probably what most people will do. But what we need to do, and this is something we've been wanting to do anyways, is give you some instructions on how to take that PDF and convert it to an image that you upload.
okay.
Okay, and it's really very simple. And let me go into the demo account.
I do them all the time because, believe it or not, I'll do a lot of stuff on my computer, and when I have to go to Constant Contact, I have to convert everything to JPEGs.
Yeah,
That's fine.
and that's
Save it as JPEGs and then drop them in page by page.
that's correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah, okay, so you're way ahead of this. So Marianne, what I want to do, and we do this for all of our customers, and it's one of the best ways to do training, is when you're ready to put that first email together. Okay, I want to set up some time with me or me and Dawn. And what we're going to do is, and we're going to record this, is we're going to walk through step by step. How do you create an email campaign? How do you select the contacts for that email campaign based on your tags or your contact types or whatever it is, whatever criteria you have. Insert the JPEGs and then schedule it to go out. We'll just walk through that process with you and do it for real. Or we may actually let you do it and we'll coach you through it. Whatever makes sense for you. That's the way we like to do this, because I mean, I can do this for you all day long, but if you're not actually doing it, it's harder to absorb it, and that's just normal.
Right.
But
We are handling people.
I know you are, and so I mean, we could do a go-to meeting, and I'll get a cup of coffee and put my feet up, and I'll just coach you through it.
I don't believe you could do that, Dave. Hey, Dave, I do have one question for you before
Sure.
we cut this off. The last meeting we had, you recorded it, and this one you recorded, but I don't know how to fetch your recordings. I don't know where they're at. So
Okay.
somewhere along the way, you got to show me how to get that, or Dropbox it to Marianne or something.
Well, here's how we do it. We put it in the help center for you, and then there's this little checkbox that says "Show me only my only items for my company,"
Oh,
and they go right there.
okay.
And that way, we're not sharing your information with other people, your competitors or whatever, and it's always there, and anybody can go get to it. I don't know why the other video is not in here, but let me do that for you. I'll upload both of them, and I'll put them in the help center for you.
And you give them a name with a date so we know what they are.
Of course, yeah, absolutely. And
Okay.
and yeah, and even Marianne, if we do some specific training for you, we can put it in here, and that's your training item. and
Okay.
it can
that's
only be
fine.
accessed through your login ID.
Okay.
And you know that we don't use that feature very much, to be honest, but it's there.
It's a clever way to do it, Dave.
Thanks.
It really is. Saves all that transferring of files.
Yeah,
Okay.
well, yeah. I mean, it's valuable content. It's valuable training material, and we want you to be able to get to it any time. But also, there may be other people at your company that could benefit from it too.
And you're saying that other recordings should have been in there?
Yeah, I don't know why I didn't upload it. I need to go. We have it. Let me go find it, and I'll upload both this one and the one from last time.
Okay. Awesome.
Yep.
Today?
You're welcome. The last thing that I had on my agenda.
Oh yeah.
So Marianne, I downloaded all your. I went into your Constant Contact account, and I have all your contacts. I've got them on my screen here.
Okay.
And I also downloaded your opt-out list, and I also downloaded your bounce list.
Okay.
And I'm just asking for your permission to load them.
Well, I'm not sure what to tell you on that yet because I inherited a load of, I'd like to say crap, sorry, but that's exactly what it was.
We're not upset by that.
I'm sure you deal with a lot of it.
Constant Contact is not clean at all, so I do need to talk to Pete
Okay.
because most of the contacts in the Constant Contact database are Pete. So I need to get with him and review this first.
Okay.
Can I see this somewhere? Or should, you know what, I guess I could just go into Constant Contact.
Well, I can email it. Why don't I just email it to you? Constant Contact's interesting. I had a hard time figuring out just how to get this stuff out, and it's weird.
Yeah, there's an export file.
It is, but
There's an export button.
But it has a habit of hiding menu options on you.
I was going to say it hides everything for you.
It's weird.
It's great.
Well, I don't believe in that. You'll notice in Top Builder that we don't hide anything because
no, it's all laid out there.
Yeah, we don't, because then I'm like, well, you know what I thought, Marianne? I thought you didn't have the right login privileges to export.
Oh, right.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
But even if you don't have those privileges, we don't hide the menu options. We just gray it out. So
Right.
that confuses people. But I'll email these lists to you,
Okay.
and you let me know what you want me to do with them. But you know what's cool, by the way, is I went through this, and
Yeah.
I have the unsubscribes in here so that we can tag them as opted out.
Okay.
But also
Oh,
you
that's
have
good.
tags in here, which is really great.
Yes, the tags are in there.
Yes, they are.
That
And
helps. So.
they should be separated by commas. Yes, they are. And that's perfect. That is perfect.
So it's.
So when we load these, they're going to create tags for you. If we load those tags, they will create those tags
Okay.
automatically in the system for you.
Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I want to go through and just clean them up with Pete to make sure that he's good with it too.
Yeah.
So I'll wait now.
Okay. Yeah, we haven't talked to Pete in a long time, but
Yeah, we're going to try to keep it that way.
Yeah, we're not.
no problem.
Okay, so let's see.
Dave, just so you know, we need to be fully functional and operational, and Marianne has to be happy with the product so that we can go to the people that we went to say, this is working exactly the way we anticipated,
Right.
to justify what we're doing here. So
Great.
you're taking
We're there. We're almost there. This is freaking awesome. Thank you.
You're
Do you see
welcome.
any problem for her having her Christmas stuff ready to go?
No,
It
we
looks
could.
like you're just out there, right?
No, we could do it now.
Well, the only thing is my medical stuff.
Yeah, I think we need to clean the data up a bit, but
No, for sure.
we could do it
Maybe
now.
But functionally, you're there.
Oh yeah, there's nothing stopping us from doing any of this now, except for the data really needs to be cleaned up. But Marianne, I think. Sorry.
And Dave, don't forget the mailing labels, that they need to be specific.
Yes. Okay. Do you do mailing labels as part of your Christmas stuff?
Yes.
Okay.
She sends them out with.
Got it.
With the,
So,
Yeah.
so we're not there. but we're close.
Almost. We're almost there.
Hey, Marianne, I have a question for you. It's more of a comment because it's related to cleaning up the data. I just want to make sure you know that when we send an email out or a newsletter out, we never send that same email to the same email address twice. So if you've got duplicates in there, they're only going to get that email one time. It will not send them 5 emails if we have it in there 5 times.
That's a nice safety net. Yeah. That's a nice safety net.
It is because my goodness, if we had 5, Mike Datzes in here and you send an email out and he got 5 emails, he's probably going to say unsubscribe like right now.
From everything.
Well, wouldn't you? I mean, if somebody blasted you 5 emails.
I have done that before.
Yeah, I mean, we don't.
Yeah, I actually have done that before, so I get it. So technically, I can go in and create my first email tomorrow.
Yes, you can.
I can.
And let us help you with that. If you need help, I want to walk you through it.
Well, it won't be tomorrow. It will be next week because it's Halloween, and I have to send the material customers a Halloween email.
We
always do like something silly,
Yeah. We had a big pumpkin decorating contest this morning at school. So.
Hey, how'd it go?
Well, I don't know yet. The judging's not over, but it's fun. So again, Marianne, reach out to we're waiting on 2 things from you. We're waiting on the approval to load the constant contact data, and second of all, when you want to do training on that first email campaign. That's what we're waiting on for you. So just let us know. And on our side, we need to create the tag drop-down list. We need to add keywords to the mailing labels. Well, there's other things related to, setting up that interface, but I mean, those are already on the schedule. So,
hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Great.
If she goes through the process of cleaning out constant contact, that's dynamic. You're actually looking at her. If she cleans it out, you're looking at what she's cleaned out. You're not looking at an old list, right? You're in her constant.
I'll go back and re-export the list.
Okay.
That's what I need.
Do it right in constant contact.
Yeah, Mary.
Don't work on his list. He'll dynamically upload it again.
Yeah. Just Marianne, if you tell me the data's clean, but you got to go to constant contact to get it, that's fine. I'll go get it.
Okay.
I was in there this morning in preparation for this meeting, kicking the tires, looking at different things, and I ended up with this list that you see here. But this is what I exported from constant contact. I'll just go back and I'll delete this and re-export another one if that's what you want me to do.
Okay. All right. I'll do it that way.
But you will email her this so she has a hard copy of what to work.
Yeah, sure.
Perfect. Okay.
That works. All right. We are good.
Awesome.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, me too.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you're welcome.
And I will send you an email or call when I'm ready to do my first email. I just have